I don't know if you heard the expression, if at first you don't succeed, try reading the instructions. That's kind of maybe a familiar thing that we hear sometimes as dads in the process of putting toys together. We think we know how it goes, but sometimes we find that there are pieces left over when we get through, and we have to look back and go by the instructions. There's a story that's told of a young ensign who had completed his first overseas tour of sea duty when he was given the opportunity to display his ability at getting the ship underway. With a stream of crisp commands, he had the deck buzzing with men, and soon the ship had left port and was steaming out of the channel. His efficiency had been remarkable. The deck talked of that he had set a new record for getting a destroyer underway. And you can imagine the excitement that built up in him and the pride that he showed. It just glowed at, with the accomplishment of what he had done. And he really wasn't surprised when another seaman came to him and said, "There is a message from the captain." Well, he was a little bit surprised to find out that the message was going to be by radio, and more surprised when he heard what the message said. "My personal congratulations upon completing your underway preparation exercise according to the book and with amazing speed. In your haste, however, you have overlooked one of the unwritten rules. Make sure the captain is aboard before getting underway." I want to look at Proverbs chapter 4, verses 10 through 13. It says, "Hear, my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life will be many. I have taught you in the way of wisdom. I have led you in the right paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hindered, and when you run, you will not stumble. Take firm hold of instruction. Do not let go. Keep her, for she is your life." The writer David here is talking about security and wisdom. And this is not wisdom that is just achieved through one choice, but it's a journey of many steps, a path where one receives truth. Proverbs 23, verse 12 says, "Apply your hearts to instruction and your ears to words of knowledge." We should always have ears listening to God's words. Of course, we have to make time for that to happen in our lives, to be able to hear those words. And in Proverbs 3:6, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths." In order for God to direct our paths, we must first be doing what we already know to be right, and that is being obedient. Someone once said that obedience activates God's promises. So if we aren't being obedient, how will God direct us in any way that he really wants us to go? God's manual for life, which is his book, this Bible, is our set of instructions for getting and keeping our lives underway. If you want to be a successful Christian, you must be obedient, and we must read the instructions. Father, your word is a lamp to our path, as it says, and just pray, Father, that we might take the time to find ourselves involved in it more through time of study, reading, to, Father, allowing you to speak to us through it, that we know that it is the instructions that we need for daily living, that everything that we need is there. If we just know that it's there, that we'll find ourselves in it, that we can use it, that it can be an answer for many questions that are asked, and it can help us to move forward day by day. Thank you for your word and for having it recorded for us, that we can look back and see the example that it provides for us, that it's true. It's true. We can really count on it. Thank you again, Father, so much for your love and patience with us, and for Jesus Christ. And we just ask this prayer in his name. Amen.